Food has always been intertwined with history, and soul food is no exception. It's a cuisine steeped in tradition and reflects African Americans' cultural heritage, strength, resilience, and perseverance. Soul food reflects African American heritage and our journey throughout American history. This history goes back to the 1500s when enslaved Black people had to make do with limited and often low quality ingredients. Black Americans used their ingenuity and creativity to make flavorful and hearty meals that sustained them through long workdays. This brings us to today's episode, all about a soul food staple and all year long dessert favorite, Black folks' sweet potato pie. Welcome to the Soul Food Pod. The first soul food podcast about Southern soul food. I'm your host, Shaunda Necole, cookbook author and food and lifestyle blogger, making life easier plus more soulful, one recipe at a time. What makes me an expert on authentic soul food? My heritage dates back to my great-grandmother Florence, a highly esteemed North Carolinian one-woman catering queen. In honor of my grandma Florence's legacy, I run the world's #1 soul food website today. I'm a born and raised Southern girl living my best life in the fabulous entertainment and food capital of the world, Las Vegas. I'm so proud to share my family's African American soul food recipes, representing our beautiful people and a legacy of what we eat. My mission here on the Soul Food Pod is to provide you with recipes for success. So join me as I create conversations about how accessible and approachable classic Southern soul food recipes can be. I'll teach you how these iconic recipes are now easy enough for anyone to make and everyone to love. A Black folks sweet potato pie tastes like warm family memories, good times, and a legacy of the best holiday traditions handed down from one African American generation to another. Whether it's the scent of cinnamon sugar that sings sweet notes of home like Stephanie Mills or Diana Ross in The Wiz, or how the deliciousness of sweet potato pie reminds you of a childhood good times gone by. Either way, grab a slice before it's all gone. This old-fashioned Black folks Southern dessert may be single-handedly responsible for generations of nostalgic memories, especially in the Black community. If you've never had it, then you might be asking, what is Black folks sweet potato pie? So Black folks sweet potato pie is Southern comfort soul food at its finest. It's the name I gave my viral sweet potato pie family recipe featured first on the soulfoodpot.com. This recipe boasts heavenly sweet spices and exceptional texture combinations that make it a family favorite. Soul food is a variety of comfort food cuisine originating from African American culture in the southern United States. It's traditionally a combination of African American foods derived from Black enslaved people's take on American and British cuisine, combined with the essence of West African warmth, flavors, and traditions. Sweet potato pie is a dessert made initially by Black folks back in Africa when they used the native grown vegetable yams. The favorite pie of Black people, African Americans today, have continued the tradition of sweet potato pie with holiday dinners. Now here's a little sweet potato pie Black history for you. Sweet potato pie will go down in Black history as the soul food cooking gift that keeps on giving. It's one of those classic soul food recipes causing many people to ask, is sweet potato pie a Black thing? Of course, the answer is yes, but you don't have to be a Black person to make it or enjoy it. Sweet potato pie is easy enough for anyone to make and everyone to love. Wikipedia describes sweet potato pie as having a Southern soul food history. Quote, sweet potato pie is a traditional dessert originating in the southern United States among the African American community. It is often served during the American holiday season, especially at Thanksgiving and Christmas, in place of pumpkin pie, which is more traditional in other regions of the United States. End quote. The Soul Food Pot's famous Black folk sweet potato pie recipe is rich with Black history and authentic soul food cooking. It's a delightful Thanksgiving sweet potato pie or Christmas dessert packed with flavorful seasonings and spices in the tradition of Black folks' soul food cooking. Now, what's the difference between sweet potatoes and yams, you ask? Yams are a vegetable similar to sweet potatoes, but come from the motherland in Africa. And what do Africans call sweet potatoes? We get the word yam because Africans call yams nyami. One of the most significant differences between sweet potatoes and yams is their appearance. Yams are typically larger, while sweet potatoes come in similar sizes, or smaller sizes rather. Both vegetables have brownish, reddish skin ranging from light to dark color shades. And another difference, sweet potato roots are tapered at one end, whereas yam roots are more circular or boxy shaped. Furthermore, yams contain more starch and are tougher than sweet potatoes. Africans were used to cooking with yams, so when they were brought to the American South as enslaved persons, the next best thing available was a sweet potato. So the vegetable used in most sweet potato pie recipes in the US is often a sweet potato and not a yam. The same is true for the soul food favorite side dish, candied yams. What makes Black folks sweet potato pie a favorite recipe? In my Spike Lee voice, the spices. It's gotta be the spices. Sweet potato pie is also easy to make ahead, easy to serve, and its simple pantry ingredients yield a sweet and mildly spicy flavor. There are many other great recipes for pies out there, but a Black folk sweet potato pie recipe stands out from the rest. What's the difference between sweet potato pie and pumpkin pie? It may seem like sweet potato pie is just a fancier, more flavorful version of pumpkin pie, and it is, but still, there are some significant differences between the two. Pumpkin pies are traditionally made with sugar, spices, and eggs, whereas sweet potato pies, specifically Black folk sweet potato pie, have been elevated with soulful flavor combinations like cinnamon sugar and sweet vanilla, cloves, ginger, and nutmeg, mixed beautifully with softened sweet potatoes or yams. Most pumpkin pies tend to be bland, dense, and creamier. Even with the addition of pumpkin pie spice, pumpkin pie is no comparison. In contrast, sweet potato pie has more texture and an airier and fluffier filling. So which is better, pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie? And why do Black people eat sweet potato pie instead of pumpkin pie? If you ask Black folks, there is no debating which one is better. The answer is always sweet potato pie, as long as it's made the Black folks soul food way. And here are a couple of reasons why. One, because of the seasoning and spices profile unique to soul food and a Black folk sweet potato pie. And two, sweet potato pie can be traced back to our African heritage. It's a food that's an integral part of Black culture and a legacy of soul food. Do you want to make the most flavorful and delicious vegetables and meats? Do you have the most flavorful seasonings in your pantry or on your spice rack? No worries if you don't have the answers to these questions. I've got you with my step-by-step digital printable guides to take your taste buds to new heights. I put together a collection of the best African American seasonings and spices, recipes passed along from my grandma to mom to me, and now to you in my easy step-by-step cookbooks and guides of all that's flavorful with these ultimate lists for soul food seasonings and how to season Southern fried chicken. Grab them from ShaundaNecoleShop.com, ShaundaNecoleshop.com. Also linked for your convenience in the episode description. So how do you make Black folk sweet potato pie? This pie is traditionally made with softened or mashed sweet potatoes, eggs, sugar, butter, and the best blend of vanilla, cinnamon, and other sweet spices. The soulfoodpot.com's Black folk sweet potato pie recipe also includes adding a bit of warm, spicy ginger, making this recipe a viral sensation. Sweet potato pie is expertly crafted with a delicate balance of creamy sweet potatoes, evaporated milk, brown sugar, eggs, and of course, seasonings and spices. The result is a savory, perfectly spiced filling nestled in a flaky pie crust. You'll be transported to a cozy southern kitchen in one bite, savoring the smooth, velvety texture as it melts in your mouth, leaving you with a lingering, sweet, desirable aftertaste. Haha, are you hungry yet? Then head to thesoulfoodpot.com and check out my step by step list of Black folks sweet potato pie recipe ingredients, instructions, and pro tips for mastering this iconic soul food recipe, linked in this episode's description for your convenience. You can also use the Soul Food Cookbooks tab on thesoulfoodpot.com to purchase my collector's edition cookbook for Black folks sweet potato pie. This book celebrates the story, history, and legacy of the Soul Food Pot's famous recipe. It's a must-have cookbook edition for all Southern soul food fans. Then sit back and enjoy a warm slice of Black history and soul food flavor. Thank me later. And as always, beautiful souls, remember that food for the body is not enough. There must be food for the soul. Thank you for joining me for this episode of the Soul Food Pod. Did you enjoy today's conversation and recipe? If you want more easy to make soul food recipes and Southern food for the soul, then follow me for ideas that make your life easier plus more soulful. Subscribe here to the Soul Food Pod and subscribe to my food blog, thesoulfoodpot.com. On the Instagrams, follow me at Shaunda Necole. Have you had today's recipe? Would you make it? Comment below and let me know. And make sure you rate this podcast 5 stars and subscribe for all the soul food.